Good evening. Coming up tonight. Bars and 5 Points are under fire. See why they could lose their licenses.
Also, the COVID-19 case tracker was updated both statewide and on campus today. Details on the number of South Carolina cases are coming up.
We have the latest on the loss of a former USC football standout and how he is being remembered.
But first, breaking news out of the Senate over Trump's impeachment trial.
All of that and more tonight on SGTV Nightly News.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse studio, this is SGTV Nightly News.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Callista Pushman.
And I'm Finn Carlin. Thanks for joining us tonight. Minutes ago, the Senate voted 56-44, deciding that it is constitutional to continue Trump's impeachment trial. The trial started with a debate over whether it is constitutional to prosecute Trump if he is no longer in office. Trump's defense team argued that the former president was exercising his First Amendment right, but majority of the Senate did not agree. The trial is expected to last through the weekend. SGTV will keep you updated.
Today in South Carolina, there were 2,030 new positive coronavirus cases, with the total being approximately 470,000. SCDHEC also reported 39 new deaths from COVID-19 today, bringing the total to 7,729. Here on campus, the university's COVID-19 dashboard recorded a decrease in cases on campus by 61, bringing the total down to 118. The campus population is showing a 1.01% positive rate, down from 1.29% from the last update to the dashboard. The current COVID-19 alert level for USC remains at new normal.
Most bars and 5 Points, including popular student spots like Pavlov's and Breakers, could potentially close following legal battles over their licenses to sell liquor. Local residents, as well as the University of South Carolina, have filed complaints over serving drunk and underage students. USC spokesperson Jeff Stinsland commented that the university is not against all 5 Points bars and cares about the safety of its students and the quality of life for local residents.
South Carolina lawmakers are talking about a new bill that would allow trained citizens to open carry firearms. The bill's lead sponsor, Representative Bobby Cox, said that putting this bill into action would be a huge step to restoring our constitutional freedoms. Even though the bill would allow Carolinians to open carry publicly, the rule is not forced upon businesses and private residencies. Carrying restrictions would also apply to places like schools where guns are forbidden by federal law. South Carolina is currently one of 5 states where open carry is illegal, even with a permit. This open carry bill could be passed as early as this year.
Tesla just shared its plan to soon accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for their products, after announcing that it invested $1.5 billion into the cryptocurrency. The company wants to invest cash into alternate assets, as Elon Musk has even had his eyes on Dogecoin, as he referenced in a tweet. Tesla is not the first company to convert cash into crypto, as other companies like PayPal, Square, and MicroStrategy have also invested. Tesla's money move could encourage other major companies to also invest and accept cryptocurrency.
With the Black Lives Matter movement making a huge impact this past year, the university is looking to keep those experiences for people to look back to as history. Researchers at USC are looking to recap all of the events in Columbia during the times of the protests. This is possible because of the USC Racial Justice and Equity Fund to continue the push of learning and preserving history at the university. There will be a student government event called Beneath the Bricks to discuss history and the future of the school. This will be located in the Russell House Ballroom on February 19th at 6 p.m. Now, Finn, it is so great seeing the school continue the conversation that the Black Lives Matter movement has really sparked this past year.
Yeah, exactly. And especially with the COVID-19 pandemic having such limitations on the way that we can have events safely together, it's really great to see that students can come together as a collective and learn together the same information and continue that conversation.
Of course.
Next up, Nick Kloss will give the latest on remembering the life of a former Gamecock football legend. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Today marked a tragic day for Gamecock athletics as a treasured former player has passed away, losing his battle with heart problems. Let's go to News 4 sports analyst Nick Kloss for more on this story. Nick.
Thanks, Finn. Sad news today out of USC as we are mourning the loss of former USC football player Willie Scott, who fought heart issues these past few years. Scott passed away last night and is remembered in the SEC and Gamecock Hall of Fames. He attended USC in the late 70s and led the Gamecocks by receptions in his senior season. He even held a record for receiving yards with 109 yards in the Gator Bowl. Scott was a first-round pick in the NFL draft alongside Heisman winner George Rogers in 1981. He was chosen 14th overall by the Kansas City Chiefs and went on to play 7 seasons in the NFL. He played with the Chiefs until 1985 and then signed with New England in '86 before retiring 2 years later. Scott coached high school, college, and pro levels after he retired. Two of the biggest teams in women's college basketball just collided and the game did not disappoint. The #1 ranked Gamecocks faced off against #2 Connecticut in a battle for the title of nation's best team. UConn freshman Paige Beckers led the Huskies to a 63-59 overtime win. Now, Beckers wasn't just the best freshman, but she was debatably the best player on the court. She dropped 31 points against the Gamecocks in her 3rd straight game with 30-plus points, becoming the first Husky in program history to do so. She also dropped a crazy 3-point shot as the shot clock expired in overtime. That ball bounced high off the rim and just dropped right in to ice the game. South Carolina sophomore Aaliyah Boston was a bright spot for the Gamecocks as she put up 17 points and 15 rebounds for her 9th double-double of the season. These two teams both have very bright futures and are sure to have many more memorable matchups. The Gamecocks will look to put this loss behind them this Thursday against Missouri at Colonial Life Arena. Now to head to the NHL, the Carolina Hurricanes gave up a late goal to drop Game 2 of back-to-back series against the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2. The Hurricanes recently came off of a controversial win against the Blue Jackets, and Columbus made sure to get their revenge. This one was a close one the whole night as Columbus's Scott Harrington opened up the scoring with a minute to play in the second period. But the lead wouldn't hold up for long as Nino Niederreiter tied it up in the second. Blue Jackets forward Cam Atkinson and Hurricanes forward Brock McGinn would also get their names on the scoring sheet during the third period. Josh Roslovic went on to score Columbus's last goal with less than 5 minutes remaining, securing the home win. The Hurricanes will remain on the road as they head to Dallas to play the Stars on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. We've had a lot of really exciting games in the past few days, but that's all I got for you guys tonight. Throwing it back to you two.
Thank you, Nick. After the break, Bachelor Monday last night gave us a lot to talk about. We'll give you the tea. Hang tight.
Welcome back, Carolina. As we all know, Bachelor Monday kicked off again last night, and while Valentine's Day is fast approaching and love is in the air, the drama isn't going away anytime soon. Let's go to entertainment reporters Sloan O'Cone and Peter Smith to break it down for us. Peter?
Thanks, Callista. On this week's episode of The Bachelor, Matt sent home the rest of the Mean Girl tribe, not giving MJ a rose after the 2-on-1. But the drama did not end there because those producers work harder than the devil and welcomed back Heather from Colton's season. Piper also had her 1-on-1, and Matt sent Anna home for falsely accusing another contestant of being an escort. So, you know, we're getting halfway through the season here, and it's getting a little wild, but I think it was time for him to get those mean girls out, and we're just too far for all of that.
Well, I mean, I was glad. Honestly, I kind of liked MJ. I don't really know how I felt about her. I felt like, because then it was like right after, then there's Serena C, and like Serena C then went for Katie and then like went downstairs and started talking about it to everybody, and I was just like, the Mean Girl tribe isn't gone. Like, I feel like the girls that are really mean are the ones that are consistently bringing up the problems to Matt, and like they're the ones that need to go. But all in all, I think that it was great. I felt sad to see Katie go, but he like basically friend-zoned her on his date. I will say I would have been much happier to be Piper.
She was absolutely done very dirty, but you know, if he wasn't feeling it, he has to follow his heart and send her home.
You know, speaking of feeling it, or not feeling it, should I say, we couldn't feel this coming weekend. The weekend finally wrapped up the year-long narrative he's been shaping during previous appearances at SNL and the AMAs in his Super Bowl halftime show. Abel showed up for most of the time almost a year with no blood, bandages, or botched plastic surgery. He told Variety that the significance reflects the absurd plastic culture of Hollywood, celebrities and others manipulating themselves for validation. I can definitely say my tears were saved when I saw his beautiful face again. I know you are not a fan of the halftime show. I know you really didn't love it, but I love it. I love him, and maybe that's just...
I like to consider myself a connoisseur of Super Bowl halftime shows, and
J-Lo and Shakira.
I did not think the Weeknd was an entertainer. He didn't bring that, value. But I will admit this: after I saw it was on TikTok, I saw a TikTok that kind of explains the meaning behind his performance, and after that, a lot of respect was gained, and I did build a greater appreciation for the performance.
It would be hard to top J-Lo and Shakira, but
Absolutely.
Pandemic, gotta cut him some slack.
Cut him some slack, absolutely.
It's okay. But love is in the air on campus this week. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., Carolina Productions organized The Dating Game in the Russell House Ballroom. Comedian Teresa Lee is hosting the event, and if you're a hopeless romantic like me, you'll want to be there. You can RSVP through Garnet Gate.
I mean, I don't have any plans this week, so you can find me there. And Sloan, I might just drag you there with me.
Okay, I guess we can go. I'll go.
That is all we have for you tonight. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Peter and Sloan. Coming up after the break is your weather forecast with meteorologist Kaden Dinkins. She'll let you know if you'll be needing a coat, umbrella, or both. Don't go away.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right into it. So starting Wednesday around 3 p.m., afternoon showers are likely. And then Thursday, there's a 90% chance of rain and there are thunderstorms. That is just a chance, but it could be very likely. On Friday and Saturday, those showers continue, but we do have a nice break starting on Sunday. It is no rain, but it is a little bit cloudy, which isn't too bad. For the highs of the state, we did have a consistent temperature right here in this area, and it was the consistent temperature of 61 in Rock Hill, Columbia, Florence, Sumter, and Myrtle Beach. And then as we jump down on the coast, it was 63 in Charleston, 62 in Hilton Head, a little bit cooler in Orangeburg at 57, 63 in Aiken, 62 in Greenwood, and 63 in Greenville. We had a very nice day here in South Carolina, I would say so, and I think many would agree. Right now in Columbia, South Carolina, it is 57 degrees. It feels like 57 because the wind chill is only going northwest at 1 mile per hour, which is not very high at all, but we do have an 80% chance of humidity, or 80% humidity here in Columbia, South Carolina. Moving on for this week, Wednesday, there is a chance of showers with a high of 61 and a low of 51, and that continues as a trend all the way through Saturday, but we have higher temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday with a low of 46 on Thursday, and then it jumps down about 11 degrees on Friday with a high of 53 and a low of 40, and then once again it continues through Saturday, but we have a nice jump down in the temperature to 49 and a low of 38 at night, which is going to be nice and chilly. But then on Sunday, it is Valentine's Day, so I hope you guys have your plans ready because it is going to be nice. It'll be mostly cloudy, but with a high of 51 and a low of 31, but that'll make for a very nice day for everyone. And then Monday, it is a nice day as well to continue on to President's Day and a wellness day here at the University of South Carolina. So enjoy those days, and I hope it'll be great into your nice and wet week, but make sure you stay tuned for this edition of Carolina Canines.
And finally, tonight's edition of Carolina Canines features Roxy. Roxy is our very own Callista Yost's dog. She is an 8-year-old chocolate lab who loves peanut butter, green beans, digging holes in the backyard, and playing with her friends at doggy daycare. Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love labs. They are the sweetest breed.
Yeah, I love chocolate labs, but green beans, that seems a little odd. But hey, if Roxy loves them, she loves them.
I wonder if they're with the peanut butter. I hope that they're separate.
Oh,
I can't.
I don't know if we should start that conversation here tonight. Well, that's all we have for tonight's edition of SGTV Nightly News.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV of USC. To keep up with everything you need to know locally and on campus, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV Nightly News, I'm Callista Pushman.
And I'm Finn Carlin. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to be.